country. 2024. That was the first time I go into a major election, sir. Na economy and leading the discussion or the conversation leading up to the elections. I thereby want take the center stage so far as I know election issues are related to Galamsey. The devastating impact and the quite fast we had a situation UTAG declare strike over it, and several other institutions declare their intention to strike over some of these things. Ghana Medical Association issued statement, and several other outfitter. BI are very much concerned because we now had a level of degradation, environmental destruction, and some people were profiteering from those enterprises. And they didn't even see say I didn't wrong. And I know the sad aspect of it, and say yes, China for because they have the finance. China as a communist state. My culture says when an individual come into your country and as a private company, but never say you are dealing with a private company. You are dealing with the whole communist state because state, state-owned enterprises. Everything you see, they are state-owned. So they send people out there. They have the backing. That is why a Chinese company can come here and engage in business at the amount of money signing hydro the coin said the money was coming from the state and that's for any private entity, those kind of stuff. So these people have a lot of money and agreed into no attach and go to the sense so to extent and not say so yet to about we not amount for expect to say all of a sudden the situation will change. And I think that for now we had a level of distraction over the years now. It's not something overnight, over 2 years now, I'll stop it. But I think we have some of the mitigating effort that has been set in motion by government and I'm fast or more dealing with the situation to a certain extent. And I think that is quite commending because I'm making it quite clear. Said those your friend is saying community mining now for AUSU as a guide and as a modest guy say at the year some of these things now completely it has been overhauled. And why I bet you will semi-cram legal license in the name of community mining today illegal, and those individuals have been banned from your friends engaging in any activities your friends are mining and then proper procedures and no mudi go so person we your mind na maka say gold no form no we dan nipa betu enti the state will have to come out with systems na your friends say and hye begu ho a you be make sure say people will do responsible mining any effect on the environment because we cannot be mining in the water bodies or amount for the chemicals and as for some of the chemicals and amount for use no some are unregulated because your chemicals are betime use the chemicals are use. And some of these things run into our river bodies. Fish and then as a form nipa de send be kwa kwesa neman and nsuo ne nase for no. So I know the day you realize I'm for kidneys and me being at the hospital I know say one of the major issues Okroma has to do with kidney disease and liver disease in this kind of way because of nema yedi ekwayem ne nase for no. Unconsciously you carbon tiakoto na ba but you are buying poison without even knowing all because of some of these things. So I think that the fight must be very aggressive. It doesn't matter. Sa niema way, ye ni NDC ne MPP. Na me I don't care even if the vice president is doing it. As long as it is illegal, na ever devastating impact on the life of the people of this country. No, government have no other option than to ensure say they adopt a radical approach just to ensure say ye betimi tu sa de we yase. Say na yesika no. Some people free say oh MPP for na no mutu enti na ya ban na aba ye nso aduru ye so. That is the kind of nonsense that I think we must stop. And yes, na you give people free way. Afei na ebinu so de be chance abaye omo business. So the AC can this impact no any NDC, any MPP. At the end of the day, Ghana for no be chire omo. And the various security agencies they are also doing. I think that there must be proper coordination before na abaye be merge omo nyina dia kom no. You saw a lot of task force na se for no we sorry me free her, we free me free her. And some people who are not even supposed to be going there no took advantage and they were even seizing gold na se for no. It's good said na abaye ma a central team said this team is responsible for making sure say they go run just to ensure say the proper things are done. Yes. I think that you see, we need to enhance this effort. Now your money are very open, credible. Information must flow because I can tell you that one of the areas that are buying society pressure or power, now your energy. Another power sector has a bit stabilized. Now everything is shifting into this mining illegal to the energy sector and your friends say mining sector and that's the I think that you see on the other side there has been a lot of goodwill on the side of President Mahama because the economically things have picked up. Hope is once again back on UTA media review na beba so na timi say neema asase pick up. But you see this is one side, the one where it will take away all the success because I had ba akoma e Ghana for akoma so I think say it doesn't matter where nipa no more no where their political affiliation, what alliances, the kind of association, for me, those things are inconsequential. The person who say we are able to protect your fence, your forest, and as for them. And this is not mind-boggling. Say, but Tenase President to be a forest reserve. I had to her. There is a reason why we call it forest reserve. No, Yama man for Kwanza Munko to gold. So the decision to block all these avenues now, because I'm sure some of the forest now, forest reserve, and I won't mean and go where mining, you know. People have been blocked from going into those mining areas and and the said the Mexicano say you're making sure that individuals na form you prosecute or more amana serve as a deterrent. There will always be enough incentive for people to go into some of these areas. I think that the prosecution, you can't once this prosecution must be very visible. Sabi a man for who said people are going to jail for doing some of these things. What is the motivation for China and be free in the crew mamba? And they know say we are mrao kroma, I am ranachira, so we are foreigner. You have no business dealing with your friends saying a small scale mining.
That's true.
Yet these people are doing. Do you know say Nra say the interior minister and soldier for 17 gold bars. Estimation price about 1.7 billion. If it's $1 million, for all these yes, all these things near my $1.7 million. So and think security for a year vigilant and care. What I say, a child how lucrative this enterprise is. And me, I'm happy the gold board has come. And we see, Adeba is a man for fun, Sam Trakeke. That is why I think that communication is very, very important. You see, IMF sikana yakwaje ye hu dede for 3 good years. Yeah. This has sikana na winim ne dodo. Na 3 billion. Yeah. The Samejamfi outfit, the gold board, within 6 months has generated $5 billion. Which is more than sikana IMF. Munya say Montana ha munya say munya manfuadi munya say ansani amam 3 billion no. Within 6 months, this entity agency alone has generated $5 billion, which is more than the IMF. They might. What I say, and she said, "Be how to do your things." And as for a is one sector. You're regulating it properly. A benefit you be and yet higher seeding in as a for stabilizing. Thanks to some of these things because forex air flow in as a forum. So we must not allow some of these foreign individuals in as a forum. So I think that the economy they need to ensure say you make it system going very radical. Na any disincentive for beer uncle yes man because Galamsey it doesn't matter baby agina then people will not allow, people will not agree because the impact and the destruction is so heavy. So I think the government will have to activate in the vigilance, no making sure agencies and institutions that are involved, because why I say with the economy. Clearly, you could see that the motivation is that and I didn't think a police for and that is the that is the whole motivation of the country. Because people for no mood to so. But this time the narrative is changing. Yeah. We don't care whether you belong to NDC or MPP. The enemy say Galamsey no stop it. And that is the commitment the whole Ghana for say we are stopping Galamsey. Exactly. What I say.
Because any man MPP before you
yes.
We take advantage of the person repeated
the same thing. So yan to abasa ye be swapping individuals. Yeah. Ye to abasa ye stop it the negative way na echo. So I think people must bear. Na who said there are proper ways so person we are mining na obi and see we can go through the proper channels. Na you make sure say yeah. Na China for na say for mama budget sa niema we nyina no. So e dey be ma foreign anya ye find enough motivation so kwhye nguram. There was a time I who video be in the middle of a forest. And o makoto filling station o mo hye ngura no mu to Galamsey e wo ho. Oh, be a crown and so much. You see, these people will have a lot of motivation to do some of these things. I think, sir, I see I'm making a high risk venture. So going forward, I'm challenging, sir, prosecution should not be happening on the district level. Say a happen crana. We need to let people know, say, near koso. Sabaya people who know, say, I've seen Galamsey or the prison. Sahani will send a loud message to people out there. And for me, if you're able to do some of these things, a bit I can't deny see a building, because one of the best initiative of President Mahama by what Teki has to do with say, or setting up this gold board, and individuals cannot go out there and sell gold. Gold be a person Tombia must go through a central pool. That is the the gold board now established. Gold board cotton gold na sikana own to Jana Bontin or the bar, and the money goes straight to Bank of Ghana. So you have enough forest, and that is why now we have quite a forex cost within this short period over by 11 billion. And as a former, which means 2.7 billion. That means near Mashasia a pick up Nina and a comma in Oko Portness at near Masoko any at Teswa impact in a piano.
And that port to cry story about how I said the man is almost the first half of this year.
Okay.
January to June, no. Yeah, export over $13 billion.
Yes.
Almost say a year over 56% higher than last year first half.
Yes, never koye and cocoa board no head numbers as compared to their cost. So all the agents near Shasi I'm telling Ghana for say we are not out of the woods yet, so there is no time to celebrate. But what two near team say near within this short period. And let me come to the media budget review.
Before Obekono, Yemfa Galamsey in update on is the Western Regional Police Commander, my friends is here now. I'm told on in the team a movie site was here.
Okay.
And the national security boss also are calling for reinforcement.
Okay.
So
okay.
I think
reinforcement for what?
Police for says it's here no. On Hana clash of the what they say. Galamsey has maybe more than we see in here. More security men into people. The situation is under control.
Yeah, but I think
from the national level.
I think that narrative will go around the church. There is this kind of disconnection among various security agencies.
And yeah, disconnection as per se because one, what from Babi Etino, you know information power.
Okay.
Enra, so for being meeting come on. Or say ni nadam for being nuanum, no me Galamsey ni bi. And that Galamsey is telling them say the local security for no told the beer operations be kono na obi akoma tip off.
Okay.
And it's a ABA IGP Accra National Security Coordinator Accra na opesi ehunu so no so ye adwuma say me mama adwuma na say mo ba akoma tip off
to get the job done.
Say me so me mama microphone fi Accra ko operations.
So which means within the security there is a problem.
And now I think say the mining area no the minister also SF no so no push security capos no say at least every 3 months be an area reshuffle.
You change them. Yeah, that would be better.
Regional district ni nyina omunya reshuffle. Or the mining districts in communities and regions no. Anya sa pa dia to the bia na nipa ho asem Canada.
Yes.
But what you say?
Yeah. So I think say and now we are Ghana ni now to ania. You see the signs once again hope return it. Cause the last time Bettina Hannah you have a conversation about the economy, no me catch how another outlook look so bleak out there. All the credible rating agencies out there, rated Ghana junk. We were knocked out of the offense in the commercial space. Ghana could not even go out there to say a floating bond and I bobosia because ya bobosia yam family yan sadie ka ebugu so. And the finance minister is back reporting to Ghana for say a katuchiri dia negu Ghana for so na ya kanam over there 728 billion and over no because of how they've been able to manage the city well into no ekano a swati about over 613 billion. And for me, that is very, 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 very important. I say Ghana for celebrating some of these things. A child say Hushem na yetimi buani manage your currency new well with all the factors and the variables I can once a year. Ebe coming back to your friend saying Abway yina. Unim say IMF MI projection say in the next 10 years. I say Ghana for yetimi your debt from your debt to your GDP no. In the next 10 years, we should be able to reduce you to 45%.
Okay.
Within 6 months, we are now hovering around 43. So something that is supposed to be done in 10 years has been done within 6 months. And for me, that is phenomenal. Because a child said, decision near man within that short period, because there was a timer. April na Ghana, your currency way was the best performing currency according to Bloomberg, the whole of the world. A child says, Senyaman Kosa, a so all the Yati Neaman, Yati cement, Yati ways, all because of some of these things that are coming up. You understand? And inflation said, and yes, you got to a point, a Bank of Ghana governor that's sorry free them or Prentisika. Your Koyama inflation could do over 54. Every another foreign reserve, na for inflation, and if we are hovering around 13, when end of year projection, Minister yeah 11 from 11 to your friend is saying 13 we almost there. We can go back to the single digit inflation number President Melso Pencil yetiminya sustaining then you see that people are really managing the economy with only the differences among kasa because I mind by a maintain economic management team baby I'm for a title or more day. But you see, the signs are quite clear. And for me, I think that is very important. Maybe our videos by catch say bank like NIB, Agu, a bank can ADB, the same thing. They were just the government decided to merge the two. Now, the government came back and told us, and they have recapitalized these banks with 400 million, billion, Ghana cedis.
Okay, so for your information on ADB
made a profit.
I make a profit of 230 million.
Exactly.
230 million.
Good.
This year.
Exactly.
Within 6 months.
Yes.
ADB.
Yes.
I Ghana there. I bind there. I make a profit of 230 million.
Yes. Nipa no minimum can they merge these two banks? I'm gonna year one. Because nipa the seniboni team pose obegu all the local government winning in amane dia akoye. Because there was no sense in collapsing some of these enterprises. Come and catch up banks facing liquidity challenge. Even in America, about 2 years ago, about 4 banks, Republic, saying Signature and several other banks. And yeah, some of these challenges. And what they do is that quickly the state will move in or find a good buyer. Then you infuse capital, you save amount for sick and for. And that's exactly and NIB. Apart from this recapitalization, are you aware that buying shares? I want Nestle Ghana. We're pushing in over 1.5 billion. We're pushing in to support it. And I just see push it. Your friend is saying, bond government a floating bond in there 1.5 billion. And in there, we are saying that no day a numa nipa over 900 workers and what save more and a deposited fund of about 6.1 billion and also what save. This is some of the smart way of doing things. In your sending you good bank in as a and the way a minority now some say when I was once in a hunty and I demonstration I petition where sometimes when I say my culture the MPP has still lost connection with the people of this country. They don't even know when to react and what to do at what point in time because you see the reason why they left parliament and they say, and your friend said there was basa ye ewo ablekuma. Enti abang until so baby be afa on Montana parliament. But these people are back to parliament discussing the same thing. They are discussing the budget. You see how funny they are. And some of them it's not as if nothing is being done. IGP the statement about Bontis, some individuals have been arrested. An investigation is ongoing. Yet these same jokers the way. I want to know what happened. People were shot dead. And yet, basa kekeo. Now elections here, they killed people. I also West Wagon. I are still fresh on our mind. You see, he who comes to equity must come with your friends clean hands. These people supervised over some of these things. It got to a point we even set up a committee, a president white paper to even give it a pass, or to baby and you go through a pointer. I not try to do something about the ECOSWA. Then you say I'm boycotting parliament. I'm now in your proceedings. Who cares? And I'm saying they could not sit there and listen because never nana econo. They could have done better. Unim say IMF sikafana disbursement na SNKeba. Aba hete Ghana account. You have third trench, A hete Bank of Ghana account on the 1st of January. From 1st to 6th, I'll hand it over to President Mahama. Nasikano a zero account.
That's 4.5 billion Ghana.
Yes, within 6 days.
Within 6 days.
Yes.
So 1st to 6th January.
Yes.
On the 7th of January, President Mahama sees. So.
Yes.
4.5 billion.
Everything, not even a single city. You can ask the finance minister. Nothing. Over that's what he is answering way. You can't sit down, listen. You understand? And again, look at the numbers, the statistics, everything returning back. Was there now man for a casa for more money? But what kind of track? But within these 6 months, has said the number see turning out. You can point to actual figures and statistics just to give credence to that particular assertion. And these are quite clear. And all the rating agencies would declare Ghana junk, Are you aware that Moody's are rating Ghana higher? And you buy a name, Fitch, Eba, your friends S&P, all of them. So when you do these things, I give you certain credit worthiness. You can return to the commercial space and become credible. So Bobo see and now floating bond and then I say for no. So in a few years to come, I think that near my best see pick ama. And you must say my challenge chroma young people a pair all the foundations now buying a lane to me pick it up. I'm sure and I'm convinced a bit me be a numa I'm a Ghana for and your the manager home and within the big push as seven or kind or say Kumase Accra Road it's going to be a brand new road and yet old wine and on rehabilitated and feasibility study is ongoing. Another minister of road give you an update to say Express Road is going to be a brand new road. Or Mumba Bicha. That road will be a 3-lane road. Be 6. Accident ne the BI renovate Kumasi Accra Road that particular 10 ebe free ho. Now say resources na oil revenue now buying so or reference no directed to this big push way Unia, we are Ghana near. It doesn't matter where you sit, where you live. See, here Kumasi Accra Road, they benefit from Sunyani, all the major corridor roads in the world, or target it, and wherever you are, you benefit. This is how I build it on my for a whole impact. And I think that so far, maybe in 6 months, say, I buy no pa buy some cra. That's how we say we are anti-government. And I was say, John Mahama won't pen us some cra, nima. The signs out there, is something a Ghanaian can celebrate. You understand? Because the signs are quite positive. I actually clearly say something is being done. Within 6 months, some of these statistics in as we go on. I'm sure that President Mahama no go my no shocking. Oh yes, because how do you justify say this debt to GDP from 68.1 all of a sudden to 43 when even IMF
they are shocking.
Oh yes. Oh yes because
all Banyano so
he was very honest with us.
Yes, no can so
yes.
You are right.
Say anything all can say
pick it so fast.
And all can say your friend is in Ghana for money honeymoon period because they had a turbulent and I said the economy city and na expectation na he didn't want to put pressure on himself.
I think the gold board now release
a lot of them any other
and prudent management
yes I think that we
were of cost on understanding money and then releasing
and we were spending recklessly
and
now the management has been very regulated look at the size of government and
yes.
Look at the Jubilee House. Nipa na yapaki omo yet me see cater pot. Yes, signboard. There is no portal. Look at the cathedral. Nipa no board members are near to omoka allowances over 20,000 a month. It doesn't make sense.
Let's even imagine every hour we are paying $15,000.
What I say?
Fun luxury for a president.
Yes, flying all over. So we are president. Yes, now Katis are near my way. That is why they were accusing government. Say, the numbers are good because you are not spending. But the gentleman read the budget,
Exactly.
You saw the spending.
I buy the almost 114 billion.
Yes.
And yes,
expenses are half of the year, more than 100 billion.
So we
per account on the buy.
With a budget projection, you spend almost half of it.
Yes.
But still, the numbers look good. You understand? Nina prudence. The numbers don't lie. You understand? So I think that is how we need to walk this particular lane. Sabaya, confidence and celebrate. Because now the investors are coming in as a phone. We have to do things in such a way, say. You better be sustaining that trust and confidence because and check na Ghana for Abamobu. Quite a few days ago, people were preaching coup d'etat because they lost hope in democracy, the democratic institutions, the individuals. But now that hope is back on, and I think we must do everything to sustain this. Abang is there to serve their interests, not individuals are almost to serve their parochial selfish interests.
All right, my time in the kakra. Now, I'm Solak phoning. Come on, Solak natural clinic said nee. A ban of fertility problems, chronic white, gono, sciatica, poor sight, menstrual pains, lab test, prostate scan, and a fibrous cancer. Bebacho Yawa Kokomimli Yabenhava Senior High School. Kaswa Old Market Second Bus Stop no overhead no 0553 9326 31. Ted Eye Care and Vision Center or the Kiddie Eye Care Day Eba Nyami Atomwa 25th to 29th August. Basu den. Registration no 100 Ghana cedis per. Who register we are a free eye examination, free glasses and a free eye drops. Etikanation and so frame 0256 022 833. National Lottery Authority NLA say and oh no be the number be send you say Jikotwa MD say number we na bebo numera me patcho boa we ni nyina ayazan opeso jusika ekodi kwa etimisraw was don't be stay alert, don't be scammed, play responsibly. When every National Lottery Authority for Kokoba omade mine no enso so eno no edifra 0266 087 966. Meba Restaurant, any 2 a.m. sounds. Aduane pa ane nyompa eho ena obepe bi no aden. Watimi adie na watimi atiwa so mu sounds kama DJs apapa pa na ebo nwumo ho a enya asem to anuane so de assorto no Meba Restaurant akachi ena obenya no. Nungwa C5 Junction ena Nungwa Latter Day Saint. Onsa ebekan.